Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Heel Shit. On today's episode, pro wrestling news, rumors, spoilers, discussions, and predictions. And your hosts, Dark Cordz and Draven Grimes.
Welcome back to Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Cordz, that's Draven Grimes. We've got a great show for you guys today. Not only are we debating our top 5 wrestling championship belt designs, but we've also got the new That's Heel Shit segment coming up, and you need to stay tuned because we are going to give you the details of our first giveaway. It's going to come up probably about halfway through this video, so make sure you check it out. Draven, how you doing, man?
Oh, it's been a trying week, but you know I'm in a lot better place mentally. I'm ready to knock this out the park. I'm ready to go, man.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's been a crazy week, but
So, you know, as with all of our top debates, there are a couple rules involved in this one.
oh wait, before we get into that,
Check what you got?
the merch. This is the new logo merch. Heel
Hell
Shit
yeah.
Podcast logo right here. Masticus Humanus hooked us up with this new logo. Same logo as Draven's background right there. It's fucking beautiful. Beautiful.
Shit.
Get it at heelshitshop.com. Heelshitshop.com.
Buy all our shit. Make us rich.
Also, all social media, YouTube, and we're on Rumble now.
Mm-hmm.
Heel Shit Podcast. All social media, YouTube, and Rumble at Heel Shit Podcast. HeelShitPodcast.com. We'll make it mad simple around here. So, as you were saying, man.
So, as you know, as our lovely fans know, we usually have a couple of rules to try to keep us in line for our top debates, right?
Yep.
So this is the rules for our top 5. You must have at least one non-world title design,
Keep talking.
and you must have at least one tag team championship design. It could be from any company, any era, any time. As long as it's not like a knockoff of another championship. Like if you go to an indie show and you see like a big eagle belt with their logo on the top of it instead of WWE,
Right.
Yeah, not allowed. But any championship, any design, any era.
Well, I did not pick a tag team belt. I forgot about that. But I have 2 way far from being world championship belts. So we're just going to have to roll with that.
I'll tell you what, you have until the end of this episode, even if it's in your honorable mentions, to give me at least one tag team championship. Deal?
It'll be an honorable mention. That sounds good.
Cool shit. All right, so who's going first?
I'll take it from here. My number 5 pick, and it's going to be crazy for most of y'all, because you've never heard of it. But trust me, it was a big fucking deal. The NWA Florida Heavyweight Championship.
Okay.
We got a picture here. Look at how that bad boy looks. But not only is it the lineage amazing, not only does it look beautiful, but this was my first championship. And what I mean by that is one of the longest holders of this belt was Dory Funk Jr. There was an issue back then where he didn't get paid for a show, so instead they gave him this championship belt. And the championship belt was the one that he let me win at the Bang TV promotion. So I've actually had my hands on this belt. I've wrestled for this belt and defended this belt. It's gorgeous, and I've had the real deal around my waist. That's why it's number 5 on my list.
Okay. First off, the design of it. I love it. It's classic. It's classy. I love everything about this, from the side plates to the main plate. It feels very crisp. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot going on, but there's not too little going on. It's like right there in that sweet point. I love it. Good choice. Good choice.
Thank you, sir. What say you?
Okay, well, for my number 5, it's definitely not the new World Heavyweight Championship. So let's go ahead and get that out the window. It is not on my fucking top 5. It's not even in my top 100.
All right. So what you got?
And if you know what if you don't know what we're talking about, go back and listen to Weekend Wrestling. It'll explain everything, especially for both of us.
Oh yeah.
But for my number 5, and this is my tag team championship belt. It is the late 2002 to 2010 Raw World Tag Team Championship. So, as you know, and as our listeners know, if they've been listening since the beginning, I got back into watching wrestling around the late 2002, early 2003 era, right?
Right.
And at that time, it was the Dudley Boys, it was Regal and Tajiri, it was La Resistance, it was tag teams like that were going for these particular belts. And to me, it's kind of the same thing of the Florida NWA Championship. There's not too much going on, and there's not too little going on.
I'm gonna have to.
Oh, keep going. I'll just keep talking while you're doing. Just cut this piece out. There it is. So if you look at it, obviously you can tell it's a WWE title. They got the WWE's on the very far side plates, right?
Mm-hmm.
But on plates, it's just classic championship wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then center plate is. It's classic. It reminds you of the World Tag Team Championship before that, but it shows an updated theme for the Ruthless Aggression era.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that has always been like the World Tag Team Championship that I've wanted in my collection. I don't have it. I wish I did. One day, hopefully, even if I got to get custom. But these are the championships that honestly should have took over the fucking penny titles that came after these.
Mm-hmm.
This just looks like such a classic championship design, even though, you know, we got the Attitude Era World Tag Team Championships, which are far more popular to like the mass audience. But just in my, these are what I think when I think tag team championships.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful belt. Obviously, you look at it and it takes you right back to those times. Unmistakably, WWE with the Attitude Era logo. It's classy. It's not ridiculous. Good pick. Good pick.
Not too bad.
And before I get into my second pick, we want to give a big shout out to listener Nick Opolewski. Yes, Opolewski. He gave us a great idea for one of our episodes, and we're going to do this. A week from today, we're going to drop... A week from today, we're going to drop our... What's the next one we're doing, Draven?
Our next episode is going to be our mock draft picks.
That's right. We're gonna go through the WWE draft. I'm gonna be drafting for Raw, Draven drafting for SmackDown. We're gonna draft, and then we're going to fantasy book until the next WrestleMania.
At least 3 storylines with whatever superstars we draft. Now, the way it goes is we'll have 10 drafts picks of our own, whether it be tag teams, individuals, what have you. So we can break up any tag team we want if we wanted to. We have to be able to, psychologically wise, go from now until next year to WrestleMania and have at least 3 storylines with the 10 people we built up. Now, the way the rest of the roster is going to work is whatever is on our roster at that point in time that is not picked from another brand will still be on our roster. Say we don't pick Kofi and Xavier for the draft, right? They will stay on SmackDown, so I'll be able to use them. Same thing for like if nobody picks Seth Rollins, you'll be able to use Seth Rollins on your draft, so on and so forth. So it's going to be it's like our version of my GM mode.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun. But the week after that, listener Nick Opolewski gave us the great idea of doing a review of WrestleMania 5. And if you guys don't remember that, that's when the Superpowers had their match, Hogan and Savage.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we're actually going to try to figure out how to do it live. We're going to try to figure out how to live stream it. We've only been doing this a couple months, so we haven't figured that part out yet. But either way, hopefully we're going to do it live so you guys can join us. But we're going to actually watch a section of the show. We're going to do a brief recap on what we don't watch live, but then we're going to watch it and react to it and give our insights onto that. And that's 2 weeks from today.
Yep. So, Nick, thank you for reaching out to our team on Facebook. We appreciate you. And as always, anybody wants to reach out to us on any social media, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, what have you, we listen to you guys. Our team gets with us, and we listen to your feedback, and we get together and we go, is it a good idea or is it not a good idea? This was a fantastic idea. As a matter of fact, we thought about doing it for WrestleMania this year, but at the time, we just didn't have the capabilities to do both nights for ourselves due to our work agreements and our shoot life. But definitely 2 weeks from today, we will have WrestleMania 5 review / live stream watch. It's going to be fun. That's going to be a real great episode.
Yeah, looking forward to that. All right, so on to my number 4 pick. There it is, the IWGP version 4 Heavyweight Championship. When I think IWGP Champion, this is the belt I think of. I know that they've gone to this fucking bullshit butterfly looking thing, but this is the IWGP title, in my opinion. Look at it. It's classy. It's relatively simple, but with some intricate design. It's just gorgeous. Like, they made this belt to stand out, and I think this is the best one they've ever made.
And you got to think, when this belt was out, it was the era of the big logo WWE Championship belts. Like, everything just looked the fucking same, whether it's the women's or the men's. This belt is just the personification of what New Japan is in my mind.
Was this the belt that Brock Lesnar won?
No, he won the version 3.
Oh, okay.
The one that Kurt Angle won. I think he won it in 05. Late 04 or early 05, and then Kurt Angle won it in 07. And then this belt, I believe, was introduced in 2011, if my memory serves.
Okay. Yeah, no,
But
I just think it's absolutely beautiful.
one thing I love about this belt, and I'll get into it in more detail, because it's on my list, it's just not my number 4, is every person who's won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship up until basically when that belt was retired, it's on the side plates. That's fucking amazing. Like, any other belt will have like characteristics of people wrestling or their logos. They have every person and the date of their reign on the fucking side plates.
Mm-hmm.
So no other company's ever done. I don't think anybody could ever do without saying they ripped off New Japan. So beautiful belt. Absolutely. It's not my number 4, but it's on down my list.
All right, great. So what you got next?
Okay, so I kind of cheated. As you know, I kind of bend the rules on my own fucking shit. So for my number 4, there it is, the WWE / NXT UK Heavyweight Championship / Women's Championship. It's essentially the same fucking belt.
Yeah.
One for the women, one for the men. So I think I can get it in on here.
Yeah. I'll allow it.
I'm glad, because you didn't have a choice. But when it comes to this came at a time where everyone was just bagging on the big logo belt,
yep.
The WWE Championship or the Universal Championship. And this was like, look what we can do with this championship design if we want to.
Right.
And this is such a beautiful fucking belt. It fits the United Kingdom aesthetic perfectly with the lion and the horse and the majesty and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then one thing they did that we did not fucking rag them on was they turned it into a fucking women's championship.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't ask them for it. It was like, oh, fuck yeah, same belt, same design, fucking love it. Oh, white strap? Yes, yeah, we love the white strap. Fuck yeah.
Well, that's basically what they did to differentiate the men's world title from the women's world title on the main roster too, though, right?
And then when they did the Universal title, depending on what show it was either a blue strap or a red strap,
Right.
what have you. But let's think about the people that's held these championships. Pete Dunne, Walter, Tyler Bate. From the women's side, Rhea Ripley. These titles have helped made who is now on our main roster. Now, Tyler Bate kind of like fell off and he's back in NXT, and then Pete Dunne with the whole Butch thing, which that's a whole segment for me to go on to. But go if you have an opportunity, if you have the cock, or if you got a nice VPN that you can go watch the network in another country, please go find Pete Dunne versus Walter for the NXT UK Championship. If you thought Sheamus versus Gunther was good, or if you thought that triple threat match at Mania this year was good between McIntyre, Sheamus, and Gunther, pales in comparison to what them two did to each other. They beat the teetotal fuck out of each other for that championship, and it was just a moment in time. You just had to watch it be there. So that's my number 4. It's one of those things where it's the same shit, but they made it better.
Right.
That's what.
No, that's all.
All right. You're number 3, my good sir.
My number 3.
Don't die on us. Please don't die on us. I can't hope myself.
The WCW United States Heavyweight Championship.
Okay.
This is what comes to my mind when they say United States Championship.
It's not the big spinner.
Every fucking one of WWE's U.S. belts have looked like ass.
Okay. With the exception of the original WWE United States Championship.
No, even with the flag on the front, it looked like ass. Like the whole big diagonal flag.
Yeah, I can dig that one. It's all the ones that came after it.
Yeah, but this is the belt. This is the belt that Lex Luger held. This is the belt that Sting held. Sting is still the number 1, the best U.S. heavyweight champion in the world, in my opinion. But yeah, no, this was a gorgeous belt. Truly American, huge eagle, obviously. Very more of a rugged style on the side plates, but very clean. I just love that belt.
It is a beautiful design, and it goes back to our moniker KISS, KISS, keep it simple, stupid, and that's exactly what they did here. Simple, flag in the background, and then the side plates are just a simple design that says World Championship Wrestling. I love it, and it just goes to show you that less can be more, and it gets over.
Absolutely.
Unlike that fucking god-awful spinner belt in 04. And God, please don't ever pull that up.
Dude, that spinner belt was a lot better than the World Championship spinner belt that he made.
Yeah, but the thing was, when it was Cena's gimmick belt, okay, I was good with it. But when they didn't revert it back to the Undisputed version 3, when he lost the WWE Championship finally, and they just kept it going for fucking years and years and years, I hate that WWE Championship. I hated that. I tolerated the United States Championship because it was part of his gimmick. I tolerated the WWE Championship when it first debuted because it was part of his gimmick. But
then when they just froze it and still ran with it like it was just a regular old world title.
Yeah.
When they stopped the spinner, they should. God, that belt was so outdated.
Dude, it was outdated a year and a half in.
Yeah.
Like when Cena quit the rapping gimmick and started with the hustle, loyalty, respect, soldier gimmick. Stop that shit. I get it. You made a lot of fucking money off of it. But fuck. The beer drinking championship in TNA did more justice to that belt than the fucking WWE Championship did. And that was a fucking toy with a Bud Light bottle fucking taped to the front. Come on now. That was more entertaining.
All right, guys. Well, before we get into Draven's number 3 pick, let's get a word from Castel Vodka, and we'll be right back with That's Heel Shit.
Vodka, Ebol, Castel. Indulge in the Red Revolution.
Thank you, Castel Vodka, for sponsoring the podcast. Now let's get into that heel shit, alright? We're not going to fuck around with any wrestling stories this week because, I mean, we talk about wrestling stories and how they're heel shit.
I was about to say, if you're watching the show, you watch wrestling, so you know storylines. So we're just going to skip that part this week.
Alright. I'll give you the headline and then see if you can determine what it's about.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Men plead guilty after being accused of stuffing fish with weights at a tournament.
Is this at a Bassmasters tournament?
It is at a big fishing tournament, yes. These guys...
Motherfucker. Is this in Florida? Hold on. Is this in Florida?
Cleveland.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's Lake Erie Walleye Tournament.
See, I expect that from Florida and Georgia and Alabama. I don't expect that up north. They're classy people. They follow the rules up there with fucking fishing tournaments. What the actual goddamn fuck?
That's Eddie Guerrero shit right there. That's lie, cheat, and steal to win. All right, you throwing weights down basses' throats to try to win a tournament. That's heel shit.
Now, did they say how big these weights were? Better question, was PETA called on this? Because that sounds like animal cruelty. Their iron levels are through the roof, as they say.
They just said they caught them because they're fish of the same size as other people's fish were significantly heavier. Like, They didn't just do it a little bit, apparently. Like, they doubled the fucking fish's weight. Like, you could have put, like, one little fishing lure weight in there and got another couple ounces. But that's wanting to win.
No, that's just a whole nother level of fuck off. Yeah, that's like seeing your ex with some fucking macho dude that has like a 9-foot fucking schlong that hangs down to his fucking ankle. He's like, I could fucking do that. Let me go get some goddamn surgery or some shit. And instead of fucking paying for the surgery, you just go buy fucking multiple goddamn dildos, stack them on top of each other, and just tape them to your fucking leg and put your pants on.
Got that right.
Good, you missed. It's fucking stupid.
All right.
Oh, God, one of them starts vibrating while you're talking to her.
All right. What? So the second story. All right. So let's put ourselves in this boy's shoes. We've all been to those claw machines, right? Where you put your money in and you try to grab shit with a weak ass claw. And we know it's not picking shit up, but we still play that shit. So, have you seen these enormous ones where they get these big ass stuffed animals out of them, like these really big ones?
Yeah, it's like the one that I wasted $16.50 on at the fucking fun center for my kids' birthday this year.
And if you could, what would you do?
Well, I saw this video one time of Kane at WWE New York punch through one and just take all the teddy bears, and it crossed my mind.
Well, I mean, assuming we're in the real world and it's not made of sugar glass, if you were a 13-year-old boy, you'd climb in that motherfucker.
What? No!
13-year-old boy.
I think I won to 13.
Huh?
I was too fucking fat at 13 to climb in a fucking machine.
Boy 13 gets stuck climbing into a claw machine. I guess he was tired of spending money and not getting shit. So he was going in that motherfucker. And guess what? He is now banned from that fucking place.
Please tell me there was an interview afterwards to ask him why he did what he did. Like, fuck parental consent at this point. We need to know.
He was treated and released. The boy's been banned for the park. Nope, I guess I didn't talk to him.
Ah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. See, that ain't hill shit. That's bullshit. See, you can't, like, leave a story half-cocked there. We need to know why. We at least need to know what it was.
What do you mean, why? I know why.
No, I don't know why.
He probably stuffed more dollars in there than he had to fucking spend. He's like, fuck this. I'm getting a truck. I'm getting a toy.
Was he doing it for his own selfish purposes? Was he trying to do it for this girl or boy crush that he fucking had? Was he trying to get it for his dying mama? We don't fucking know. I want to know why. I need to know why to whether or know if I'm going to cheer for this dude or tell this kid to fuck off. Yeah, no.
I feel like he's in the right still.
God damn it. We couldn't even know what it was, whether it was like a big ass teddy bear or a giant Stitch or fuck. It might have been a Nintendo Switch OLED in that motherfucker. We don't know.
Could have been.
Now, Nintendo Switch, dude, I cheer you on the whole time. I don't give a fuck what it is. Get that fucking thing.
You know how many dollars I spent on my last cruise trying to get one of those things where it cuts the string for a PS5? I could have probably bought a fucking PS5.
Well, considering you were without any contact for 4 days and 17 hours, like it got bad to the point I was starting to send you star dates.
That's right. Captain's log.
You think I'm playing? If you think I'm playing, we have them on our phones. We will fucking record them and put them on this show. I got that fucking lonely at work. I was like, start date 3/22/23 -11:47 because whatever fucking time it was at the time. I didn't know what to do with myself for fucking days. And my boss is just in the fucking truck like, you're fucking stupid. It's like, no, you just don't get it. He'll get it.
Oh, such good shit.
It was. And then you got them all at one fucking time. And after 4 days, I just get a message, I fucking love you.
All right, well, let's get back into the belts. Draven, what's your number 3 pick?
My number 3 is a belt that I hold very near and dear to my heart. Not because of what the championship looks like, but for more of the backstory for my own personal life. My number 3, hell no, it ain't that. It is the TNA Midwest Championship belt. That one. And as you see, I have in my possession one of the original, and this thing is like beat to hell, like literally beat to hell. One of the original releases of that belt from shoptna.com. Like opening week of pre-orders got. Now, I didn't buy this belt. As everyone knows that listens to our podcast, I started out in the backyard. And a buddy of mine had a couple championships. He had like the old WCW Big Gold of the flat plate. He had this one, and then he had a WCW tag team. This is the belt we use for our main championship. And the little pissant company federation bullshit that we had was called the Trinity Wrestling Alliance, TWA. So TNA, TWA, we can fucking make it work as long as we keep the belt far away from the fucking camera, right? Yeah. So we beat the teeth on the fuck out of each other. Like, this thing still has the original strap that's literally like, if I breathe on it wrong, it's going to fall apart. Like the worst condition any collector would ever fucking want their fucking championships to be. Like, pretty sure if I just yank on this, it's going to fall apart. This belt means more to me than any item wrestling-wise that I own. Because of the amount of punishment I put myself through, Brandon through, the other people that were with us at the time. And then all those years later, my buddy who had this belt just lying around asked me, hey, I found this and I know how you are with wrestling and shit. Do you want this? If not, I'm just going to throw it away. He's like, yes, I fucking want that.
Yeah.
I beat the shit out of myself for that belt. Absolutely. And then I went through the whole thing of, do I want to get it re-leather? Do I want to, do I not want to? It's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to. But as far as the design of it, it kind of reminds you like if the Big Gold and the Big Evil had a mutant bastard baby. That's what this belt reminds me of.
Yeah.
And I just love the design of it. Like the big, massive fucking eagle for the main plate. Let me pull it. Let me come back here. I just love this belt so much. This thing's like 20 fucking pounds, by the way. Like 6mm plates and shit. Beautiful fucking belt. Oh, yeah. Fucking massive belt. And then the fucking studs in between each side plate at the time I thought was fucking genius because I didn't see that on any other belt at the time. And then, fuck, I just like everything about this belt I love. And if you look at the side plates, it shows each side of the fucking globe. Like it's not the same piece of the globe. Like one half has Africa and Europe, the other one has Asia, the United States and shit, and then Australia and Antarctica. And this is the first time I ever saw this. The gold tips on a belt.
Mm-hmm.
I pay attention to the belts prior to this, but after that I was like, every belt I must own, I must have this.
Mm-hmm.
Not this belt. So more, it's kind of like with you and the NWA Florida Championship is the reason that's on my list. It's just something about this belt that just brings back fond memories, and it's something no matter what I could never discredit it.
Well, I think it looks amazing. I was completely unfamiliar with this belt. I gotta admit. I don't remember ever seeing them use it on television, but I didn't watch it religiously.
Okay, well, at the time, let's pull this one out real quick. At the time, if you remember, early 07 and prior, they used this belt, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. I know we ain't got it pulled up because I didn't say anything about it. But when they decided to part ways with NWA, this is the belt that replaced the NWA belt. Now, granted, it didn't take the lineage from their version of NWA. So technically, Kurt Angle is the first ever TNA heavyweight champion.
Okay.
And then it went into that massive, like, it's called the Wildcat TNA title. It's just god awful. It kind of shows basically a big gold like outlet and then like the massive TNA logo, kind of like what the WWE Championship's going to look like in about 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's just something about that belt, design-wise, that made us go in on it, and then the memories that we made with that particular championship belt that I have now.
No,
That's the reason it's at my number 3.
No, I think it's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful belt.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. All right. Well, for me,
Numero dos.
number 2, the Winged Eagle.
Okay.
I think it's the most beautiful belt WWE's ever made. I think it's the most important belt WWE's ever made. It's the belt Stone Cold broke his neck to win. on the way to winning that. I just think when I think WWE championships, this is the one I think of. It's fucking gorgeous, and I wish they'd bring it back.
Now you know they're never ever going to bring that belt back, and I'm probably about to break some hearts and get a lot of heat for this. But in my humble opinion, I think that belt's overrated.
Okay.
Now, granted, let's look at the superstars that's held it. Hogan, Warrior, Austin, Bret, Michaels, Sid, Nash, fucking Undertaker. The list will fucking go on and on and on if I sit here long enough. But to me, growing up and me going to independent shows, this is always the belt that they had with either a piece of tape on the fucking WWF logos or they got it, quote unquote, custom to put their logo on top of it. And to me, it kind of devalued it, in my opinion, because I saw it at every indie show from early 2000s on to when I started.
Right.
It's just, I can't get that taste out of my mouth. Now, gorgeous belt. I'm not disagreeing. There's a gorgeous belt. It represents the era that the belt came from. It represents the people that held that belt and defended that bitch like a motherfucker. But because of how early 2000s mud show promotions use that belt, it just left a horrible taste in my mouth. Like, I saw that more than I saw the big gold. And if you can find the right big gold, there's no fucking logo on it. There's anything that says a company. You could just say, I'm the world heavyweight champion. But they instead used this because it was more popular with the audience at the time.
Yeah. I can understand how that would warp your opinion on that. Who do you think was the best to hold this belt? Who comes to your mind the minute you think Winged Eagle belt?
Sean.
Really?
It's always going to be Sean.
Yeah, to me it's Brett, but
well, it goes back to what we said before. You're either a Brett guy or you're a Sean.
I'm a huge Sean guy, but for some reason I'm a Sean guy over a Bret Hart guy. But for some reason, when I think of that belt, it's always that Hitman pose of him holding it for some reason. Like, that's just what I think of when that happens.
Anytime I see this belt, I see the end of the Iron Man match at WrestleMania 12.
Mm-hmm.
With Sean just bowing down to it, like, I finally fucking did it.
Yeah.
That is the image I see when I see this belt. And, of course, I can go on, like, number 2, pop up instantly is Undertaker. When he beat Sid at WrestleMania 13. Or when he won it from Hogan at Survivor Series 91. But
I guess I think of Brett because on all of the big stages, he was the one who lost this. Like, he lost it to Shawn at the Iron Man match. He lost it to Shawn in the screw job. He lost it to Stone Cold. Like, it was a.
He didn't lose that to Stone Cold.
Oh no, he didn't. Either way.
No, that was the night of the double turn. Yeah. Is what you're thinking of. But he also basically had a hand at the Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania when he couldn't beat Yokozuna for whatever fucking reason.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but I don't know why those are stuck in my head as being, I guess, Brett connected. But I guess Shawn was the beneficiary of most of those issues.
I mean, both Shawn and Brett did pretty good for themselves. I mean, granted, Shawn had more longevity, unfortunately due to Brett's concussion issues, thanks to Goldberg. But either way, it's just my opinion. I just think that belt's just a tad bit overrated.
No, that's cool. What's number 2 for you?
My number 2, I believe, was your number 4. The IWGP World Heavyweight Championship version 4. Yes, I have a piece of this as myself. And it goes back to everything we said about it before. The dual plating, the gems, the fact that every person that's ever held this championship is on the fucking side plates. The fact that the dates of the motherfuckers. Let me see it. All the way back from fucking Antonio Inoki to the most current one I got was Kenny Omega. No. Yes, Kenny Omega. Of course, I got that belt secondhand. So it was already used belt. And then, of course, other people wanted after Omega. Like 4 or 5 people before they switched to that god-awful butterfly design.
Right.
But I sent you a picture of what was supposed to be version 5 before they decided on it. It was finalized. It was done. That was like a finalized picture that I sent you. And for some god-awful reason, they went to the butterfly design.
Right.
But this championship, when I see it, it defines New Japan. It defines strong style. It's what I think of when I think Japanese royalty in professional wrestling. And let's think of the guys that are not of Japanese descent that's won this belt. Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, who had one of the longest runs with this belt, Kenny Omega, Jay White. to me, if you ask me what a legitimate world championship is in this day and age, it is the IWGP. I feel that this championship can be defended on any continent, any country, in any town, and it's legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
It's Harley Race and Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes was in the 70s and 80s with this championship. Whoever fucking wins it, whether it's fucking Will Ospreay, whether it's Tamatanga, whoever fucking has it, they can go to another country. They can defend this championship as a world champion. So that along with everything else when we talked about with your entry is the reason I have it at my number 2.
Can't hate it. I think it's one of the best looking belts of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no problem with that one. Now we'll get to some honorable mentions.
Yep.
All right. So
you want to ping pong it back and forth? You do one, I do one.
yeah.
Or you do one. It don't matter. Talk to me.
Well, where the fuck are they?
That's a beautiful belt. Look at that. The former NWA Florida Heavyweight Champions on my fucking show. Beautiful. All right. What you got?
Why is this not part of that?
Okay, well, while you're looking for it, I'll go ahead and do one of my honorable mentions real quick, if you don't mind.
Nope.
One of my 2 is the Andre 87 fondue. Particularly the fondue. So for my first honorable mention, while you're getting everything in line, is the Andre 87. This should be what fucking Roman Reigns has as a world championship. He should have merged the motherfuckers into this. It was only ever seen with fucking Andre. It looked like a fucking belt buckle, as you like to say, on fucking Andre. But it was never in circulation as a legitimate world championship. And it's such a fucking shame. Look at the design. You got all the nation's flags, right? You got the classic center plate.
Mm-hmm.
That the shape of it. And if I remember correctly, and I'm going off kilter on this, one of the SmackDown versus Raw titles used this as a format for their quote-unquote Champion of Champions belt. The center plate, I mean. So they acknowledge this belt on fucking WWE games. Why can't we acknowledge this belt as a legitimate world championship belt? Now is the perfect fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Roman doesn't need 2 belts anymore. Have him merge it into this. It's still the WWE Championship. It's just the one that was brought in fucking late 80s. But now more than ever, we need something different. Everything's a fucking logo. Look at the World Championship that just showed up.
Mm-hmm.
This is what needs to happen. But because it was never technically in circulation on WWE TV, I just couldn't put it in a top 5 slot for me. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
The design of this belt is just fucking gorgeous.
Yeah. All right, so for my first honorable mention, we're going to break out the tag belt that you were right there. The ECW, the fucking evil version of ECW champions. This belt is fucking badass. All right, if you know anything about me, one, the TFK logo has the goddamn circular saw blade like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with my background in MMA, with the cage, the barbed wire, the fucking hardcore shit, that's my tag team belt, my friend. What do you think?
I love it, and I'm gonna be honest with you. That one flew under my radar. I didn't even think about that as far as the World Tag Team Championship. So good for you. You caught me off guard with that one. Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we now had a custom TFK championship in this time. Not gonna lie, it's something we need with our team.
All right, so
or even if we do like a heel shit championship, just for me and you, that would be fucking great.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
All right. So what's your next honorable mention?
My next one is a very unpopular belt, but I'm going to try to explain why I love this championship, and that's it right there. The WWE ECW championship. Everyone hated that championship because it replaced the classic ECW championship, right?
Mm.
So let me try to explain it to you like this. Do you remember the Godzilla movie that came out in 1998? The big ass iguana one.
The one with
the one where they killed him with like fucking 6 missiles in the bridge at the end of the movie. Like he looked like a giant ass fucking iguana.
with Matthew Broderick. Yeah.
Like TriStarzilla, okay? To me, that was a great monster movie if you did not put the name Godzilla on it.
Right.
Same basis here. If you did not put the ECW on this and you just made it a world championship, I think a lot of people would have fucking accepted this. Makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those unsung titles that's really fucking hard to find because it didn't do really great. And if you got to get it custom, it's a fucking arm and a leg because of trying to get it custom made. But I feel this is such a great homage to like previous championships with the Undisputed and the way it's stylized, and then with the Attitude Era with the Eagles and shit. I just wish ECW wasn't named on this championship. Like if they made this an Intercontinental Championship or some shit like that, this has been fucking dope as shit.
Yeah.
Or even if they did make this like a secondary ECW championship, like make it a new version of the television title.
Mm-hmm.
That would have made it better. But just because you turned this into the ECW World Championship, it just left a lot of bad taste in people's mouths. But again, like I said, if you just take the fucking name away and just look at it as just a fucking World Championship belt, you could see it in a different light.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite belt design. It looks like the center plate's too narrow up and down. It just
you should have saw that bitch when Mark Henry had that motherfucker on. That son of a bitch swallowed him. It was a big belt, big fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I like big center plates. Like I just thought of another honorable mention that I didn't even think about before, but I love the IWGP US title.
Yeah, that is a good belt.
It's a beautiful belt, and that plate is huge. That, I mean, to me, a big plate is
similar in size to what this belt is.
Okay.
You need like a comparison. It's similar in that size.
Okay.
All right.
And my last honorable mention, the NXT version 1.
See, I love this belt.
I love this belt. It was the best looking belt in WWE at the time. It stood out. It was the most unique belt in circulation. I love this fucking belt.
Same. And it goes back to KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. It's just the giant NXT logo with WWE plates. Think of the people that's fucking held that belt. Seth Rollins, Big E, Shinsuke, Sammy, Kevin.
Pac.
Nope, Bobby Roode got it like right after Shinsuke had to change it over.
Yep.
But
Pac as Neville was the longest reigner.
Yeah, and Pac had this belt back when Neville. Like that's when I was introduced to Pac was when he won this championship.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just so many fond memories. Now the one thing I didn't like about it at first was how wide the tips were, as far as the design. And I mean, think about it. We're like every other belt was like it narrowed down towards the end of the tips and all that good shit. And like this was just different, but it was a good fucking different.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't it get narrow when it went around your side? Like not a gradual narrow, but it was like.
No. You're thinking of fuck. That's a different company's belt. I know which one you're talking about.
Okay.
That was the original NXT Women's Championship that you're thinking of.
Okay. Might have been.
Yeah.
But
like wide as it is right here next to the center plate is how wide it was all the way around.
I just think it's a powerful belt. I mean, I don't think they should have ever changed it. I think they should go back to it. Every belt they've made since then has been subpar to this.
Now, I got to disagree with that.
Okay.
I think when NXT made it to television, instead of being a WWE Network exclusive or Hulu exclusive, that's when they should have changed it. I think they changed it too soon. I get why, with the brand getting bigger but still being on the network. I think when you brought them to television, they should have just went to the NXT championships that they have now. But all the NXT championships, like old and new, except for the fucking rainbow colored ones, are fucking amazing. They're the most unique ones we have in WWE right now.
Yeah, they're okay, but I just think this I like because it's so bold and different. I think this is the best one.
Well, also the NXT tag team championships from this era were also basically similar to this.
Yeah.
Black and gold, and just like had the logo. Like it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Good shit. I never liked the NXT in a vertical like the women's tag team belts used to be, and
no, when the men's tag team belts did it, it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because they literally had like half black, half gold on the fucking plates.
All right. So before we get to our number one pick, I want to tell you about this contest that we're doing. We're going to pick two random ones that they're going to get free, some free heel ship merch, probably a t-shirt this time. We'll do something else later, but we're going to give away 2 t-shirts on this one. What we need is I need you to tell us on HSP episode 5, where we debate our top 10 wrestlers of all time. There were 2 numbers that we had the same wrestler at the same number. It happened twice. Tell us which number it was and who the wrestler was that we both had at that number. Again, it happens twice, so just so you look out for it. Email heelshippodcast@gmail.com. I'm going to put this as a standalone video up on YouTube also. heelshippodcast@gmail.com with what number and which wrestler did we have as the same number in our top 10 countdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do that, we will pick 2 of you, and you will get Heel Shit t-shirts with this logo on it, the new Heel Shit logo, the same logo behind Draven.
So it's very simple, guys. If you've listened to this podcast, or even if you haven't, he gave you the episode and basically your homework. You just got to find who we agreed on for our numbers, the actual number of the pick, and the name. And we're going to keep the contest open until, say, let's see, today is the 1st. So we'll keep it open until the 15th. That'll give us 2 weeks to be able to get the winner. And the episode at the end of the month, we will announce the winners. And at that point, we will email you guys to get your shipping information. It costs nothing. This is all out of our pocket, out of our good graces, and we're going to try to do this at least once a month. So up for grabs, 2 Heel Shit t-shirts with the new logo. All you got to do is go to episode 5 of our top 10. You find the numbers that we agreed on, and you give us the names that we agreed on. And then we'll put it into a random drawing, and we'll pick 2 people out. And at that point, we will announce it on the show. We will email you guys to get with you guys to get your shirt size and your shipping address completely free of charge out of our pockets. Just something for us to thank you guys for, sticking with us this long and, supporting us.
And
so good stuff.
Just for an example, I'm sure you guys understand. But for example, if we both had Hulk Hogan at number 7, you would say number 7 Hulk Hogan. And then if we did it, we do it a second time, and it's not Hulk Hogan at number 7, but that's so you do that for both of the ones that we had at the same number. Let us know and win a T-shirt. Hell yeah!
Simple shit.
Simple shit. We keep the shit simple around here. Keep it simple
Shit.
around here.
And
All
this
right.
is worldwide. This is worldwide. It don't matter if you're in the Netherlands, if you're in Japan, Honolulu, Russia. I don't care where you are. You answer this right, and you are randomly chosen. We will ship that shit to you out of our fucking pocket.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so let's go on to the main event, our number 1 belt. And for me, it's right there. It's the only World Heavyweight Championship belt that means anything. The Big Gold. All right?
You sure it's not the new one? The one where they melted it down and like slapped the logo on it?
Oh,
I know
no,
you love it.
that piece of shit that they're talking about in WWE now? No, it's definitely not that. Not
Yeah, like you're gonna put that on your fantasy booking with Brian Cage. We already know. We already know how Mania is going to go. You're going to put Brian Cage and Brock Lesnar together, and he's going to fucking squash Lesnar in 30 seconds. We already know.
No. But this is just the icon of all icons when it comes to wrestling belts, all right? Ric Flair, Sting, all the way up to Triple H. You're not the best in the world if you haven't held this belt. Sorry, CM Punk. Did he ever hold this belt?
No, unfortunately, this belt was actually yes, he did. He beat Jeff Hardy for it. He did in 2009. Yes, he did win the World Heavyweight Championship.
All right, well there you go. Yeah, there's been some reiterations with like I don't think the original one had the red rubies on it and stuff like that.
Let me correct myself. He beat Edge, then he beat Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
He cashed in his Money in the Bank twice for the World Heavyweight Championship. He did.
Nice. So yeah, no, this is. I think this would probably be in anyone's top 5 belts of all time. Just the lineage, the history, the striking nature of the belt. I mean, when WCW had a different world title belt before Ric Flair came there, it was just, it didn't mean shit. This, around a wrestler's waist, this thing is enormous. There's a reason they call it a big gold. The thing is 13 inches from diameter to diameter. I actually based the Adrenaline Wrestling thing kind of on it. I designed it's kind of a mix between this and the MLW title. But anyway.
We'll pop a picture of the Adrenaline title here for you guys. That way you kind of see the similarities to it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I got. How about you?
Need I say more? Need I fucking... Look, I'm a mark. Look. Draven. G. I'm a fucking mark for this belt, dude. I fucking love the design of this belt. Ever since day fucking one. And mind you, I didn't watch WCW. I didn't see this belt until 2002 when Bischoff debuted it on Triple H. And I fell in love with it then. I then went back and watched all the fucking shit with the lineage with fucking Hogan and DDP and Goldberg and all them motherfuckers. But dude, this is like the personification of what a world championship looks like. This is beautiful. This is what, if this was a man, this is what you want your daughter to fucking marry. You understand me? This is just like the personification of what a world championship looks like. And it could be in any sport. I don't fucking care if it's MMA. I don't care if it's fucking boxing. You think of a fucking championship belt, this is the first fucking one that you think of. Period. End of fucking discussion.
100%.
Oh, I love this fucking belt.
100%. Wrestling was built on this belt almost. I mean, everybody who's anybody has held this belt. DDP, Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, fucking...
Draven Grimes holds his belt right now.
Draven Grimes, he's holding it.
What are they going to do? I am the World Heavyweight Champion.
Yes, you are.
Yes, sir. By the way, this belt, this particular one that I have on my sholdder, was from FondueBelts.com. And if you're looking to buy one of these, please go there. Their fucking quality is top notch. It's like 0.5% of all fucking championship belts. Better than fucking WWE shop. Better than a lot of custom guys that you're going to find on Facebook, Instagram, shit like that. Just go to Fondue. Do yourself a service. You can customize this bitch with fucking multiple colored fucking straps, multiple rubies. They even do different colors in the fucking plates themselves if you want to like try to do the original fucking Ric Flair world title with the dark silver and like the brown strap. But dude, like we can just do a whole episode on this fucking belt if we wanted to. I don't really feel like doing that, so let's just cover the design of it, dude. The crown and the fucking center plate, right on top of the world. That tells you it is the fucking number one fucking belt in fucking professional wrestling. It says it right there on the fucking thing. World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. You don't see a fucking logo there for a company, unless you get the fucking WWE one. You don't see anything like that that represents a singular company. This was a world championship. Fucking Harley Race fucking defended this belt. Fucking Ric Flair defended this belt. Fucking Ricky Steamboat. Fucking DDP, Sting, Goldberg, Hollywood Hogan. All them motherfuckers defended this goddamn belt as a world champion. Because whenever you watched it, they didn't say company here, world champion. It was the world championship. And the fact that they bastardized this fucking glorious, beautiful belt into what you saw Monday night, where they just basically melted down the center plate and slapped a fucking Cruiserweight Championship logo on top of that motherfucker, is just, it's a goddamn shame. Mm-hmm. I better from Triple H. I'm a huge Triple H supporter, as being one of the best world champions that fucking WWE's ever had. You bastardized this belt. You hurt my feelings. Fuck you guys.
Indeed.
Oh, and Kevin Dunn, fuck you. I don't know what you've done today to piss me off, but fuck you, Kevin Dunn.
Oh.
Fuck him.
Okay.
He's the one that fucking, if you want any context, one of the older things he did, and I'm sure she doesn't fucking mind it because it's very public. Kevin Dunn's the one that fired Mickie James and then sent all her gear to her in a fucking trash bag.
Right.
That motherfucker. And he still does shit like that to this day. I'm sincerely hoping Endeavor fucking like cuts his ass on the fucking budget cuts.
Yeah. He's God, those fucking quick cuts still kill me, man. I don't know what the fuck he's doing back there.
Nope.
But that's for another show.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's what do you think of our top 5? I mean, you got any other belts that you think are better looking or mean more?
Please show them to us, because I'm an avid belt collector. The ones that I can find for a good price, I get. If you can show me a belt that I fucking love, I'll give you a personal shout out on this fucking show. Just ask Nick. He contacted us today with a fucking just an idea of something we could possibly do. And now it's fucking reality. In 2 weeks' time, we're going to fucking do a live stream review of fucking WrestleMania 5 for Nick. So, Nick, thank you for getting it with us and our team. But anybody, and we've been saying this since day one, let your voices be heard, guys. We read your shit. We can fucking go fucking days in conversation with you guys. Just let your voices be heard. Comment down below. Send it to our email, hillshitpodcast@gmail. Hit our social medias, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Rumble. Hell, on a weekly basis, I'm on the iTunes checking out our newest reports and shit. I read your guys' shit. Dark reads your guys' shit, man. We really sincerely appreciate the fact that you take time out of your day to listen to us fucking bitch, gripe, complain, and moan. And, we just love you guys for it. I mean, there's no other way to fucking say it. We love you fucking guys.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Unless you're fat and bald and you impregnated Kelly, Della don't love you. But we still love you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, she can have her opinion. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, not all of us can have a Puerto Rican sex god.
Women.
Guys, thank you so much. I mean, it's episode 11, man. Like we've already gone so far, such a short amount of time. We've already branched off and done 2 new shows in a matter of 2 months. All because of these guys. These guys ask for the content, and we give them the fucking content.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Love this shit, man.
Well, guys, for Draven Grimes, I'm Dark Cordz. Thank you for listening to the Heel Shit Podcast. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. Peace.